Here's part two of my open marriage. Upon returning from seeing my husband's brother, my husband wanted to be intimate with me. I told him no. He said, why? I said, because we're technically not honoring our vows anymore because you requested that we have an open marriage. So whatever satisfaction you used to get from me, you're free now to go and get it from any woman out there. I don't have to give my body to you. Remember, you just wanted an open relationship. We didn't lay no ground rules. I can do whatever I want. And he's like, well, we can start with laying a ground rule right now. I was like, no, we're not laying no ground rules. What's open is open. So there needs to be no rules. And he was like, so you're just not going to. I said, no, unless we can come back to reality and honor our vows and you promise to not cheat anymore. No, I'm not going to lay with you. So he was like, okay. He left and went to work. So I'm home and his brother calls me and we start to reminisce on our time together, mentioning everywhere we went, our favorite things we did and this and that, and had a really deep romantic conversation. We got off the phone and everything. And then one morning I'm going to work and my husband is also ready for work or whatsoever. And he's just giving me this look. This look is just really repulsive. It was a look of, like disgust and something deeper that I couldn't get my fingers on. So he looks at me and I'm like, why are you looking at me like that? He goes, it's because it's like you wanted this more than I wanted this. I'm like, no, you're not gonna accuse me of that. You asked for it and I said yes. He was like, but why you don't want to, be intimate with me as your husband, and now you just traveling and coming back and it's all fun for you. I was like, I hope it's all fun for you too. This is what you wanted. He was like, all right. So I left. So as time goes by, I tell my husband that, well, I'm due for another trip. And he was like, oh yeah? I said, yes. He was like, okay, I'm not going to allow you be the only one to be going on these trips. I guess both of us going to be taking these vacations too. I said, no problem. It's open. It's open for you to do whatever, just as I am. So the ticket was booked by his brother and I flew out. I took my Uber and I flew out to Seattle again. And while I'm in Seattle, though, I'm getting this strange feeling that somebody is watching us or whatsoever. And I asked, my brother-in-law, does something feel off? He's like, no, what you talking about? I was like, does it feel like somebody's watching us? He was like, you're tripping. Who the hell's supposed to be watching us? I'm like, come to think about it. Like, you are my brother-in-law. I'm still married. He was like, stop tripping. Let's have fun. I stayed there for a few days and I came back. When I came back, it took a couple more days for my husband to come back. And I wasn't sure if he was coming back from his so-called vacation or he was just coming back from hanging out with somebody local. He came back, he walked in the house. I told him hi. He barely wanted to speak to me and he just went to the guest room. I'm like, what's going on? He was like, nah, I'm just gonna be in the guest room now, because we can be intimate and you're obviously having fun. I was like, I don't understand how all of this is turning around to where you're trying to make me look like the bad person. You're supposed to be having fun. You asked for this, and I bet you right now you don't want to cancel this whole open marriage thing because that's what's wrong with some of you men. You can do it, it's okay until the woman start doing it, but you ask for this. Open relationship means open relationship. You do whatever you want to do, I do whatever I want to do. He was like, all right. He goes to the guest room with this attitude. It's like a month or so later, and one day I'm at work and his brother calls me. He's totally distraught. I'm like, what's going on? He was like, yo, I knew this was going to be a bad idea. I said, what are you talking about? He was like, us, me and you. I said, okay, what happened? He said, apparently, my brother, your husband, I don't know if he hired a private investigator or whatsoever, but he had pictures of us I was like, oh my God, didn't I tell you? I told you. I felt like somebody was watching us. He was like, definitely your feeling was right, because he had pictures and everything and conversations, and there are these clips that he also had of you being in the room on the phone, and a transcript of what was being discussed and everything. And he filed a case, a report against me with my command, and now I'm being busted down in my ranks. I was like, you're kidding. He was like, no, seriously, like this is really ruining everything that I worked for. I was like, well, are you trying to blame me right now? He was like, no, I'm not trying to blame you, but this is getting ugly. But then again, I feel like I'm not just gonna back down. I was like, what do you mean? It's ruining your career. We can just stop it all right now. He was like, no, how about you think about divorcing him so I can just have you, since he just want to ruin my career. I'm like, Lord, have mercy. You're taking this too far. He was like, what? You happy with him? You happy with him? I mean, all your life in this relationship, all he's done is cheated and hurt you. Like, look, he's hurting me now, so why don't you just file for divorce? I said, this is too toxic right now for me to be the one to ask for divorce. If he's going that far, let's wait and see, please, because I don't want to be the one, like, if you see his attitude in the house right now, it's very scary. So please, I don't want to be at risk. I don't want to push anything right now. Let's just leave it alone. Let's just see how this is going to roll out. If you getting busted down, it's something that's going to calm him down. Let it calm him down. Let me see what's next. I'll be back with part 3 of this, my TikTok family. But in the meantime, please don't forget to check out my product review videos above. Check it out. If you like anything there and you buy it, I get a commission. Thank you, and see you in the next episode.